Hey, my name is Nigel and I will be showing you how to track objects in Adobe After Effects. Let's begin our project with some footage that has the object that we would like to track already visible. We're going to create a null object and we're going to head on over, once we've created the null object, to the tracker panel. If you don't see the tracker panel, you can head to the window menu, go down to workspace, and make sure that you have the default workspace selected. Open up the tracker panel and we're going to select for motion source, the source footage that contains the object we would like to track. This apple is located here in this MP4 file, the MP4 file selected. We're going to click track motion. With track motion selected, you're going to see here current track, tracker 1. If we zoom in to our workspace, you'll see tracker 1 is here and it's actually modifiable. We're going to move it over to the image we'd like to track, which is the apple. We're going to open up just a little bit. The coverage space is going to allow us a little bit more leniency to track this apple. There we go. The track type is transform because we're going to be tracking the apple so that we can isolate the apple's position throughout our track time. With the tracker selected, tracker 1, transform, position selected, not rotation nor scale. We'll get into that in another tutorial. We're going to analyze the footage. And after it's analyzed, we're going to apply the tracked position to the null object, which will allow us to then use the null object to move any created layer and make the created layer follow the same position dimensions that the tracker object tracks. Click the play button. As you can see, we're analyzing the footage. Analyzing. Oh, I look a little goofy. The apple is moving. This isn't the best track. It's not the best. We're going to wait for this to track. My computer is a 2012 MacBook. We're working on it. And as you can see, all those little trackers, all those indicators are positions that have been tracked. We're going to edit the target, and we will now apply those target positions to our null object 1. If we head over to null object 1, we will see, after we click apply, sorry about that, apply dimensions X and Y. The time varies stopwatch property now has indicators that have been made by the tracker that we can use on, let's just go ahead and create a regular solid. We'll make it blue so that we can actually see it. Let's actually go yellow, a nice orange. And we'll just make it 100 pixels by 100 pixels. Let's move that bad boy up over the apple. Tracking has not been applied to this solid yet, but it has been applied to the null object. As you can see, when we're moving, the orange square is not moving yet. We're going to now make the null 1 the parent of the flat orange layer. And now let's go ahead and hit a preview and we'll see the orange layer is now following the tracking of our apple that is following the tracking of our null 1, or it is following the tracking of our null 1 that is following the tracking of our apple on our source image applied to the orange solid. I could clean this up a bit, but I think you guys get the gist.